We're back to the Total Education Celebrity Show on the Total Education Network, powered by the Beach Lifestyle Celebrity segment. TotalTutor.net for more information. Twitter, Total Tutor, Neil S. Haley. Facebook, SimplyG.com, and also you can check out BeachLifestyle.com. And I'm really excited. I have been asking for this. I was in negotiations with another star from Dancing with the Stars, and it was a no-go. So I'm giving up and saying it's never going to happen. But a good friend of mine, one of the publicists I've worked with before, has pulled through. So I want to welcome the program, Dancing with the Stars celebrity star of Dancing with the Stars, Sharna Burgess. Sharna, thanks for calling.
No problem. It's wonderful to have a chat with you.
Oh, I'm excited to talk with you, and it's just absolutely amazing to think, again, to hear the word celebrity, because it's amazing how popular Dancing with the Stars is. Not just the stars, but also the dancers who are celebrities themselves. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh my God, it's incredible. This show has been going on 17 seasons now, and the longest standing pros on the show truly have as big a fan base sometimes as the celebrities that come on. And I think it's just such a fantastic thing that dance has been able to do that for people, because generally dancers are in the background. And so it's really wonderful that it's given an opportunity for dancers to stand forward and really showcase their talent.
That's so true, and my mother-in-law is one of the biggest fans of Dancing with the Stars. So I wouldn't say been forced to watch it with my wife, but she would, whenever she's over, she's like, "We're putting this on," and I was just amazed at the growth and where it's gone. And I think it's really brought a love of dance back to a lot of dances that really people wouldn't have thought about before. The traditional dances have come back for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, I grew up as a ballroom dancer, and it certainly wasn't the coolest dance style to be doing. You know, ballroom was really seen as what your grandparents did. And something that Dancing with the Stars has done is really show the people in our audience how modern it is and how much it's evolved and how influenced it is by other styles, especially today. You can really see sometimes a hip-hop edge or a contemporary edge to a lot of the choreography we do on the show. And I think it's so wonderful that Dancing with the Stars has been able to showcase that and introduce people into this dance style that really is cool, you know, and really is a lot of fun. And it's had America fall in love with it. So it's a really, really cool thing.
Well, absolutely, Sharna, and it's something that it's so real in so many ways. And now finally your sport is just on the map. Everyone talks about it. And again, I know it's not easy, okay, because I remember they're seeing always the stars trying to train for this. And if they don't have a dancing background at all, it takes lots of hard work and discipline to be a successful dancer. And you see it from the judges' tips to how you guys dance, that you really have to train a lot, don't you?
Oh my goodness, yes. I mean, these celebrities right now are in about 5 to 6 hour days most of the time. Last season, they actually cut us back. Last season we were doing 8 hours a day, 8 to 10. Because it really does take that much time. You know, you have to learn baby steps. You have to learn the foundation. Even sometimes you look at dance and you think, I could do that. But what you don't understand is what it takes to be able to do that. It's not a case of mimicking. It's having to understand the fundamentals and the basics of being able to do the move. And it's so much training to teach a celebrity how to do that. So you really see incredible growth in them from the start of the show to the end of it, especially when they make it to the finale. Rob Kardashian was a great example of that. He started out as hopeless with 2 left feet, and he made it to the finale and was actually decent. You know what I mean? He had rhythm, he was moving, he was grooving, he was doing great, he was performing. Cheryl did a really wonderful job that season of teaching him.
You really see that you guys have to be teachers as well. And Sharna, that goes back to, again, I guess, whoever taught you dance, how you see that you develop that love of dancing through great teachers. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, absolutely. Your teacher, your coach is everything, especially when you're a kid and you're growing up and you're dancing and they're nurturing you. Not only do they have to really hone in the fundamentals and the technique of everything and make you a serious dancer, but they have to let you explore your love for it creatively and find who you are creatively. It's an art teaching. Not everybody who dances can teach. You know, it's certainly its own skill set and its own talent, so to speak. Being able to have that language as a teacher to get through to a student, especially in dance, can really be quite difficult. So but everybody on Dancing with the Stars does it brilliantly, and that's why we're all there.
So you wouldn't be able to make it through the casting call, would you, if you could not have patience and teach well? Because these celebrities are probably difficult to coach at times, aren't they?
Oh, they can be. You know, they're under a lot of stress and they're fatigued. There's a lot going on. The whole of America's watching them, and they don't want to mess up, and they don't want to be made a fool of. You know, there's a lot of pressure on them, and so it does set the, meltdown moments and frustration and attitude and all those sorts of things, which are very, very normal when you're working so closely together. But you really, when it comes to Dancing with the Stars, we have to play best friend, we have to play dance coach, we have to play, everything. The shoulder to cry on when things are really tough. We have to be that everything person for them through those 10 weeks. So it's as grueling for the celebs as it is for the pros.
It seems like it. It's making me when I see this, I couldn't imagine trying to train for this. And like you said, tell us your regiment off season, meaning not during Dancing with the Stars. How many hours do you train a day to keep the shape that you're in and the endurance and the ability to perform like this?
Today, I do so much more choreography in the hiatus for us more so than dance. So for me, I like to go to hot yoga to keep fit and take dance class when I can. But my time is really spent with creating choreography, creating concepts, and putting treatments together for the different projects that I have going on. So I definitely need to do the additional exercise in the off-season to make sure I stay fit.
When you are always performing, do you have to do as much training during the day or limited because it's so exhausting?
When I was dancing every day, and I was a full-out dancer on tour, the whole thing, I didn't have to do anything else. That was pretty much all I needed to do. There was so much dancing. I remember when I was on tour with a show called Burn the Floor. We were on Broadway, and it was the most incredible but also the most tiring experience of my life. We were doing 6 to 8 hour rehearsal days through the day, and then we would have to do our full 2-hour show at night in front of a live audience because we were going under so much construction for the show in the beginning of the run. So I had never known tired, and I had never known sore before that time in my life. It was just absolutely incredible, but it was the love for dance and the love for Broadway that everybody pulled together on, and really every show was incredible. But the thought of going to the gym when I had time off made me want to be sick a little bit. I was like, no, I need my time. I need to recover. So I'd just chill out, I think, on days off. But, today, like I said, I don't do as much full-out dancing in the hiatus as I do when I'm on the show. So I have to balance it with other things.
Exactly, and we're talking to Sharna Burgess, again, the dancer from Dancing with the Stars, and we're learning about her regiment, her training, and you're listening to the Total Education Network. And I'm really enjoying the conversation because, again, people don't know how much time and how much, but if you would look at pictures of you and see how great of shape you're in, dancers really have to be, and I'm going to go into kind of question because my 2 daughters dance. I have 3 daughters, and Yep. They're both dancers. One's 8 and the other one's 4. When did you finally see that this is a gift of yours and that you can kind of make this a profession for yourself? When did you finally really understand that? Because, look, think of how many girls dance. Tons. So
many girls. I mean, growing up as a kid, all the kids in my neighborhood were in dance, basically, to entertain and learn to move and socialize. And I think it's a wonderful thing for kids. I went really hardcore into competing in ballroom from when I was about 12 years old. I went and represented Australia at the World Championships when I was 15. But I unfortunately busted my knee and had a knee reconstruction, which put me off the floor eventually for 2 years. And it wasn't really until the end of those 2 years where I had missed it so much, and I wasn't expressing myself creatively the way that I needed to, and I was very frustrated and, just feeling a little bit lost and not myself. And I realized it's dance. That was finally the point in my life where the decision was mine. It wasn't my parents. I wasn't young and they were putting me in it because I was good at it. I was an adult, and it was my decision that this wasn't any longer a choice. It was something I had to do for my own sanity. because it was where I was exactly meant to be. And so I packed my bags and I moved to London at 18 years old and trained over there with the world champions at the time. And 2 years after that, I was going on tour. So from the minute I realized that it was like fast track into the industry, but it really wasn't until later in life. I was 18.
How competitive is it just to go into traveling and being a professional in this? How competitive of casting is this and stuff to continue to be a professional dancer, especially on the circuit?
Well, in the industry, it's very difficult as a ballroom dancer because there's very minimal work, if you want to do that. There's Dancing with the Stars. There's a couple of other things. And every now and then commercials come around that want ballroom dancers. But for the most part, it's commercial dancers. And really today, and something that I've had to do in the last, say, 8 years of my life, is adapt to other styles and not just be one thing. You have to be a hybrid of everything. So I've, gone in and taken class and learned everything and educated myself as a dancer to be versatile and to be able to do other things to work in this industry. Unfortunately, if you are just one style of dancer today, you will not get as much work as the person standing next to you. And that's something that anybody that is trying to be a dancer in this industry should know. You have to put your foot into everything. And try and master as much as you can.
Being a celebrity show, and we really wanted to add some education portions to it because especially about, again, you're educating people in so many ways about ballroom dancing and about dancing in general. Your experiences on Dancing with the Stars, that must have been so real to have the cameras rolling, to be working with these celebrities and really be the boss because you have to tell these people what to do, and they're so high profile in so many ways.
Yeah, it is interesting. I think some pros that come onto it maybe get a little taken back by having the cameras in the room all the time and whatnot. I was very lucky to have worked so much in the industry before I came to Dancing with the Stars, so it didn't really freak me out, and it didn't play on my mind at all. I just came in, do my job, and I know what the cameras need when they need it, and when we need to do interviews, I understand the process, so it didn't frazzle me at all, but it can be quite overwhelming, I think, for some people when you walk into that job and there's all of a sudden cameras on you the whole time. You have a celebrity that might be really insecure and a little bit difficult. You've got to think of everything on the spot and on camera. There's no time on your own to figure it out. You have to do it right there and then. And, that's why we have seen pros in the past come for one season and then go because it's not for everybody. It's a lot to take in. But I had already choreographed on film. I'd already done commercials. I'd already toured and done many things. So I was very lucky to have that education. It certainly helped me going into the show.
So that was the reality portion of this. A lot of these dancers get involved saying, I'm going to go on a TV show, but this is a reality show. They're not just going to show the performance that takes 3 minutes. They're going to show your whole relationship with your partner and what you go through, the ups and downs, and some of it's too difficult for some people because this is real. This is reality, and they think that, oh yeah, they'll kind of cut these things out, and that's not the case at all, is it?
No, that's not the case at all. If you have a fight, they are going to cut that out. They're going to use it. If there's an injury, they're going to use it. And like I said, there's eyes on you the entire time, and I don't think that people realize that, how much goes into it and how you are truly filmed every second you're with your celebrity. And it's something that people should know when they come into the show, for sure.
Well, they need to watch all reality television to finally find that out. Like specifically, my good relationship with a lot of Real Housewives and other people that have been on reality TV shows. They've really taught me what really goes on. And guess what? You got to be watching because these producers are looking for what's hot, what's going to be interesting. So you have to really keep your poise. And were you coached at all? Told you got to watch, Sharna, what you do because you could really end up on the news in many ways, right? That to kind of not to really calm down and make sure you're going to vent later on, not on camera.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing. I mean, I had Andy Dick for my first season as pro, And going into it, I was like, oh, my goodness, those cameras are on us all the time. What is going to happen? What disaster are we going to have? But he was wonderful. He was sober through the entire season and the whole time we're working together. And he is actually such a wonderful man underneath his horrible addiction problem. And we had an amazing journey. But there are times when I think I'm aware of it, so I check myself. It's like, okay, deep breath, take it in, talk about it later, and don't do it on camera. Because you don't want that scene. And the problem is you have so many hours through the entire week of working on that number. You are guaranteed going to have a frustrating moment, possibly a little argument, but for the majority it could be good. But if the producers want to play it to the audience as an argument and a bad week, they can. So you really have to watch the way you behave in your rehearsals and always keep it fun, always keep it light, always keep it firm and serious, but try not to get too aggressive with it or too out of line, so to speak. But it is difficult because when you're in the middle of it, you forget the cameras are there and you just need to get out of them what you need. So you push them really hard and sometimes it can be too far. It's really finding each celebrity's limit too.
Okay, Sharna, anything else, any other projects coming up that you want to promote, and specifically any of your other brands? What would you like to promote?
I've got lots of stuff coming up, actually. I'm choreographing with Paul Kirkland, another choreographer and dancer in the industry, for Strictly Come Dancing, happening at the beginning of December, which is the English Dancing with the Stars, which is amazing. We also have a production that we're putting together that should be running in Atlantic City from March for 3 months, which will just be like an hour show at one of the casinos there. Lots and lots of stuff going on. I'm also doing Ballroom with a Twist through February, I think, and I'm doing the Dancing with the Stars cruise in January. So anyone that wants to come check it out and go to the Bahamas for a little bit should come and do the Dancing with the Stars cruise.
Oh, wow, you have a lot going on, so I'm excited about how it's busy, but we're going to definitely have to have you back on in about 3 months to update us on what's the latest things going on with Sharna. So where can we find information on you and learn more about you?
Well, I have a website, which is at sharnaburgess.com. And I am on pretty much every social media outlet you can find, for Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest. There's something else, I'm pretty sure of it, but it's all at Sharna Burgess.
Well, we'll have to go check it out. I saw the website's really nice, and best of luck to you. And I hope that, again, next year in Dancing with the Stars, we'll have you on before to preview everything, but we'll definitely stay in touch. And best of luck to you, and thanks for calling.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for the chat.
All right, take care, Sharna. Okay, bye-bye. Bye. You're listening to Told Education Celebrity Show, powered by the Beach Lifestyle Celebrity segment. We'll be back in just a moment.